Time changes everything. Faces disappear. Voices fade away. But some people become bigger than time. This is not just a man. This is a lifetime. This is where a legend begins. Valentino Garavani was born on May 11th, 1932, in the small Italian town of Voghera, into a simple, middle-class family. His father was an ordinary government employee, while his mother had a deep love for fashion and elegance. And it was she who first noticed that her son was different, because instead of playing like other children, Valentino spent hours sketching dresses and imagining colors, silhouettes, and beauty, and from a very young age he knew he was not meant for an ordinary life. After completing school, he enrolled in fashion studies in Milan, but soon realized that bookish learning was not enough for him. So he made a bold decision and moved to Paris, where he studied at the École des Beaux-Arts and the Chambre syndicale de la couture, struggling alone in a foreign city, learning not just design but discipline, patience, and sacrifice. During this time, he worked for famous designers like Jean Desses and Guy Laroche, spending years in jobs where he gave everything yet remained invisible, facing rejection, self-doubt, and financial pressure, but he kept going. In 1959, he returned to Italy and opened a small fashion house in Rome, and this phase was brutally difficult. Money was running out, clients were few, and failure felt very close. But in 1960, his life changed when he met Giancarlo Giametti, who became his business partner, balancing Valentino's artistic soul with sharp business sense. In 1962, Valentino presented his first major fashion show, which was largely a failure, but within that same collection appeared a striking red dress that quietly caught attention, and this moment gave birth to what would later become known as Valentino Red, the color that transformed his destiny. Soon after, Jacqueline Kennedy chose Valentino to design her dresses, and from that moment onward, royalty, Hollywood stars, and the world's most powerful women began wearing his creations, turning his name into a global symbol of luxury. His fashion houses expanded to Paris, Milan, and New York. Wealth and fame followed. Yet emotionally, Valentino remained a sensitive and often lonely man, deeply affected by criticism despite massive success. Behind the glamour were moments of sadness, silence, and exhaustion, but his dedication to perfection never faded. In 2007, he announced his retirement from fashion, and in 2008, he presented his final show, where the world stood in applause for a man who had started with nothing but a dream. Valentino Garavani passed away in 2026, leaving behind not just a brand, but an eternal legacy, because some people do not simply die, they become history.